Hello and welcome. My name is Gani Wijaya Armando and my last student number are 018. In this today video, I will explain you about speaking to inform purpose on how climate change is affecting our oceans. In this video, I will tell you how climate change is affecting our oceans, what the consequences are, and why it all matters to the planet and to us. Oceans warming. Let's start with some things that happen fast but often goes unnoticed. Oceans warming. As the earth heats up, so do the oceans. In fact, scientists estimate that over 90% of the excess heat from the global warming is being absorbed by the oceans. You might think, okay, the water is warmer, so what? Well, it's a big deal. Warmer oceans can cause coral bleaching, a phenomenon where coral lose the colorful algae that help them survive. When that happens, they become weak, pale, and often die. The second one is to disrupt the entire marine ecosystems. Some fish species move to the cooler waters, which throw off the balance. Predators, prey, and even fishing industries are all affected. One example is the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. Over the last decade, it has experienced several massive bleaching events, and entire sections have died off. Oceans warming also strengthened hurricanes and typhoons, making them more intense and more destructive. So it's not just sea creatures being affected, it's coastal community too. Oceans acidifications. When we burn fossil fuels, we release carbon dioxide, or you can call it CO2, into the air, and some of that carbon dioxide ends up being absorbed by the oceans. In fact, the oceans absorb 1/3 of all CO2 emissions. Carbon dioxide react with seawater and form carbonic acids. This makes the oceans more acidic, slowly but steadily. This might not sound alarming, but many ocean creatures depend on certain pH level to survive. Critters like oysters, clams, sea urchins, and tiny plankton that form the base of the food chains. They struggle to build their cells and skeletons in more acidic water, and if they disappear, so do the fish that eat them, and the fish that eat those fish. So it's like a domino effect. Acidifications may start small, but it has huge impact to the future. Rising sea levels and melting ice. As a global temperatures rise, ice sheets in Greenland and Antarctica are melting. That waters flow into the oceans, rising sea levels. But there's another factor, thermal expansion. When water heats up, it expands. So, even without melting ice, warmer oceans takes up more space. So, what does it mean? First, coastal flooding is become more common even during high tides. Places like Miami, Bangladesh, or Maldives are already facing major threats from the rising sea. Saltwater is starting to seep into freshwater supplies, making it harder for people to drink and farm. Sea level rise also damage mangrove, marsh, and other natural coastal defense. that help protect against storms and erosions. Threat to marine life. Our oceans are full of life, millions of species we depend on, directly or indirectly. But climate change is threatening marine biodiversity in a big way. Warmer waters and changing chemistry force animals to migrate, and many species can adapt quickly enough. Some might not survive at all. Coral reefs, which are often called the rainforest of the sea, are dying, and they are home to 25% of all marine life. One in every four ocean species depends on coral reef at some point in its life cycles. As this habitat disappears, so does the incredible variety of the life support. What we can do about this change? While climate change is a global issue, there are things we can all do to help protect our oceans. The first one is use less energy. Switch off lights, drive less, and support renewable energy. Second one is reduce single-use plastics. Much of it ends up in the oceans, harming marine life. The third one is eat sustainable seafood. Choose fish, cow, or warmer in ocean-friendly ways. The last one is support ocean conservation groups and vote for a leader who prioritizes climate change. Thank you for listening, and remember, every small action counts. Every voice makes a difference. Let's protect our oceans and protect our futures. See you in the next video. Goodbye.